Hey enablers, happy Friday. Mike Kunkle here. Welcome to this week's edition of Sales Enablement Straight Talk. This week, I want to share two enablement shifts that you can make that will help you produce huge ROI. Let's dig in. I picked this topic because I've gotten this question a few times. How can I make a bigger impact this year if my sales leader won't tolerate doing the root cause analysis that you typically recommend? Ouch, right? What I want to say, and often bite my tongue, is find another sales leader to work for. And that may be the right decision in some cases, but even when you face serious limitations, there are things you can do as an enablement professional to make an impact. In this video and in the newsletter this week, I'll share two things that can produce a huge return on investment. The first is to build deeper buyer acumen to foster widespread buyer and customer centricity. The second is to create a coaching culture with an ongoing cadence of continuous improvement. Even in a mad world, these two things can help you make an impact. I talk about buyer acumen frequently, so if you follow my work, this should come as no surprise. If you look up Dunning-Kruger syndrome, it should show this wheel as an example. So many leaders think they have this nailed just because they have experience, but so few actually research their market in a way to gain true insights. I recommend hiring a third-party expert to build buyer personas and buyer archetypes by actually speaking to enough of your buyers and customers and others like them. These leaders will be so much more candid if they know they're speaking anonymously. Having someone conduct win-loss analysis is another such opportunity. Training your sellers and managers on business and industry acumen can also pay big dividends. In B2B buying studies, many buyers feel that their sellers don't truly understand them and their companies and can't have relevant and insightful conversations with executives. And something that I have seen done successfully internally are customer advisory boards. All of these suggestions can help you build or deepen your company's buyer acumen, which in turn spills over into so many other things, as you see in the buyer acumen wheel on the right. The wheel is a great example of how you can infuse buyer acumen to strengthen so many aspects of your go-to-market preparation and go-to-market motions. And since culture is just a compilation of how we do things around here, eventually you will grow a very buyer and customer centric culture as well that will radically increase your sales effectiveness. Good stuff, right? There are so many other performance levers you can pull in the building blocks of sales enablement. But one of the other often under-executed blocks with the largest potential for performance improvement is sales manager enablement. And one of the biggest levers for sales managers is the sales coaching block. And I'm not talking about opportunistic coaching or managers firing off feedback to their reps in the heat of the moment. I'm talking about proactive, purposeful, diagnostic, behavior-based developmental skills coaching that is conducted in an ongoing cadence. For this, you need a coaching system with a framework, process, and models as you see here. Look, it doesn't have to be this system from my building blocks work specifically, but I do know this one works and produces results. If you get managers and reps to work together to diagnose properly and apply training, coaching, and feedback appropriately, and then get them into a repeating cadence, you'll be maximizing your managers as force multipliers. It's a cycle of continuous improvement of the things that matter most and that individual reps need. And done well, it will absolutely help you move the needle. So, if you'll pardon the boxing reference, this is really a 1-2 performance punch. This combination of buyer acumen and sales coaching excellence exploits the two most often overlooked building blocks and will absolutely help you make an impact and deliver great results. Now, since we started by saying that you weren't able to use a performance-centric approach and start with analysis and diagnostics, I should, in fairness, offer this disclaimer. While you definitely should be able to move the needle this way, results may be somewhat limited by the factors ignored by the lack of a performance approach. But it's also true that these two initiatives, done well, even in a vacuum, will produce results. I've seen it in multiple client situations in multiple vertical industries over many years. So, what are the big takeaways this week? What's my point? It's this. You won't always get to do what you know is the right thing. Sometimes you may need to make a career change because of that. But even with limitations, there are always ways to make an impact. A focus on buyer acumen is a way to infuse customer centricity into everything you do. Then, proactive, diagnostic, purposeful, behavioral developmental skills coaching can truly drive results. This 1-2 performance punch can deliver knockout results. So that's it for this week, enablers. I hope this has been thought-provoking for you and pointed out some options to explore, even when you can't do exactly what you want. As always, if you need guidance or advice on something you're working on or hope to accomplish, check out the remaining slides and reach out. I'm here to help. For the enablers in the audience, thanks as always for being here. Stay the course and make an impact with enablement. I'll provide some information on the next few slides in case you need help with something. Feel free to pause the video to review something in more detail as needed. Here's some information about me and places to find my content or to contact me if you'd like to follow up or have questions about this presentation or anything else. This is an example of general advisory services and coaching programs. Pause as needed to review. And here are examples of structured timelined programs. Again, pause as needed. And thanks again for being here.